Hey guys, welcome to the HVAC Diaries. This episode of the HVAC Diaries is brought to you by New Calgon. How are you guys this week? We had a pretty interesting week. I've got a few adventures to tell you about, so let's jump right into them. We started the week at the packaging factory that we do a lot of work at. They've got this one big HP printing machine that lives in its own clean room.
Those canisters are ink cartridges.
And it's got a chiller, like a water chiller. And they were having some flow issues with it. So we went over there, we checked and cleaned all of the filters, all of the flow switches, like the paddle switches. And then finally we checked the tank, and the tank was just really low. The level of water and glycol was very low. So we topped her up, and that seemed to solve all those issues.
The tank was actually just slightly low. It wasn't very low, just slightly. This is one of the internal filters that we're going to take out and clean. We just got to undo that little knob, and then the thing comes out. So we've taken it out, and the filter was actually pretty clean. We didn't have to do much to it. Now we're just checking the water level inside the tank and adding distilled water to it.
But the operator of that machine had a baby recently. Well, recently as in the last year or two, I guess. And he's printed massive photos of his baby and plastered them all around the room. And one in particular is so creepy. This week we went back to that fancy wine cellar place. We just had to do a couple of tweaks on the thermostat programming, so we did that. But then while we were there, he was like, hey, our walk-in cooler for our beers and wines and stuff like that is sitting at like 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Can you take a look at it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like
Oh, it feels really gross in here, actually.
So we hopped up onto their roof, which was actually super nice. You walk up these stairs to their second floor where they've got their administrative offices. And then right by their offices, they've got a full-size door to go out onto the roof. It's amazing. Roof access does not get any better than this. I have a whole door to walk through. So we took a look at their rooftop unit, and it was low on refrigerant. So we did a bit of a leak test, couldn't find anything. We topped her up, and we're going to just kind of monitor it and see how long that charge lasts for. Because when Trevor went to access the access fittings, the little thumb cap was a little bit loose, so that could be the source of our leak. We couldn't find any other source of leak, so we'll see how it goes. We also went back to that bubble tea place that we were at recently. What did we do there? We worked on their prep cooler, and we had to replace all of the compressor starting components, so the starting relay, the capacitor, and the overload. That was still fine, but this time the condenser fan motor stopped working, just dead. So we just replaced that, and it's always so tricky. It's always on the floor, and you got to get to these screws at the very back. Anyway, got her done. All right, we've got a prep cooler here that has been overheating. And what we have is a condenser fan motor that's just not spinning. In fact, it's kind of seized. Let me get my little thing. Let's see. It's hard to push that fan blade, so we're gonna replace the motor. Let's do that. Okay, got one screw out. For now, we're gonna get our little hand in here. Gonna go from the back. Oh shit. Okay, number 2 is done. Okay, last one. Carefully, like that, right?
That didn't look very careful.
I wasn't careful at all.
Come on. It's not a race, Jess. Because you know I'm gonna win. Undermine my work. Crazy.
What? You were gonna do my test spin for me? Yes. Yes. We went to this little independent grocer store. He has like a lot of Iranian products. Some like he imports them.
Yeah, so now it's going down. It'll probably shut off again at 2. Yeah. I'm going to leave everything just the way it is, and it's been good from there. Yeah.
He has this little vegetable display cooler there, and one of the fans just died in it, so we replaced that fan.
It's just one of these little skeleton motors. It has no housing. It has no house to live in. It's just naked. The one we installed was running backwards. So all you need to do is basically take the guts out of the motor and spin it around. Turn it around. And then it'll spin the right way.
We also did a little bit of a house call this week. Our house is for sale, and part of the condition of, I guess, selling it or buying it, I think we were there for the buyer. Anyway, they've got this fancy pool, indoor pool system with a dehumidifier and everything. So part of the condition of the purchase of the home is that everything is working properly. So we just did an inspection there and provided a report. Nothing to report on. Everything seemed to be working quite well. And wow, what a nice house.
What a beautiful indoor pool area. I believe the air and the water are both heated, and then there's dehumidification to pull moisture out of the air so like there's no drips along the wall. And then this is the mechanical room. Got a little thermostat here, a little Honeywell. I wish I could speak a bit more about this system, but I really don't know how it works. We just checked pressures and make sure the compressor started, and we were good.
Look at this stunning bathroom. Oh my goodness, this is just the pool bathroom. There's a massive shower, I guess steam room as well. The toilet is just in there. Beautiful. Love it. Oh, I got such a dirty face. Awesome. Gotta fit in here, girl. Come on. Okay. Trevor and I spent one day, just the two of us. Dad had a bunch of appointments to go to, so Trevor and I did our day together, and we replaced one of those water source heat pump units. Just a small baby one. It's a 12K, which is like a 1-ton, and we got it done together. And you guys, for these vlogs, I keep saying that I'm going to stop recording these water source heat pump unit replacements because I've vlogged about so many of them now. But the truth is, they're so satisfying to film and they're so satisfying to edit. So I'm going to keep them coming. We were also called to a pub this week. This guy's got a cooler that chills his beer glasses. When we were working there, he was like, I have a reputation for having the coldest beer in town. He's like, my beer glasses are warm. So anyway, his little chiller was making such a sound. Listen to this. That's the compressor running. Oh my goodness. So luckily they had a replacement compressor for us in stock. So we grabbed that and went back the next day to replace it. That job was all Trevor and my dad. There was not a lot of space to work there. And I don't know, to be fair, I've done a lot of these jobs recently. And so Trevor's like, this is mine. So I was the runner back to the truck, back and forth. I did get to change the condenser fan motor because it was running the day before. And then when we arrived the next day with a new compressor, the fan wasn't running. Great. Luckily, we had one of those on our truck. So I just swapped her out and got her going. But you guys, we've made such a mess in this guy's pub. Like we're basically doing cooler surgery. We're doing a heart transplant here. And so the guy comes up to us and he's like, so how much longer is this going to take? And we're like, oh, I'm not quite sure. He's like, because I opened at 11. I'm like, dude, it's 11:06 right now. We're like in the thick of it. So we had to hustle. Yeah, that was good. So you guys know that pub and liquor store that I replace filters at every month or so, like every 5 weeks? I've always been so nervous about those units having issues with them because they're pretty inaccessible. Like in the liquor store, they've got massive shelving with liquor bottles everywhere. There's just glass everywhere. Their unit died, like completely. It's an R22 split unit. So the rooftop unit is on their neighbors at the spaghetti factory. And we have to replace both the indoor and the outdoor units. It gets a little tricky because, well, like I said, the indoor unit has all of those bottles and shelving underneath it. But that's just really a hassle for the store people. Like they just have to unload those shelves, move them away so we can get our equipment lift up there.
The duct opening is 21.5 inches thick.
And then the second problem is the outdoor unit, is just because of where it's located. Luckily, we don't need a full-blown crane. We could just use like a smaller crane vehicle. But because it's located right beside a SkyTrain station, there's lots of foot traffic in that area. So we have to get like a traffic management plan in place and city permits and everything involved.
So we're just strategizing how to get a new unit up here because we've got a little tiny door, but also it's really heavy. So we're looking at strategic places for the crane to go. There's seems to be a good spot down here. The tree might be a problem, but we might have to get a bit of traffic control for the street. Other than that, it should be a pretty easy peasy lift, just coming from here and basically just dropping it somewhere because we can hand truck it over there. But yeah, we just gotta look at all that. Luckily, we don't have any like electrical lines around. So
even though the lift is so basic, it's like literally, it's gonna take, I think maximum, like max 45 minutes to do a drop and a lift. But we have to get a traffic plan in place, city permits, and all of this other like information and insurance. And anyway, it's going to be a little bit of a tricky one. So the ball is in motion. We have spoken to City Hall and our crane guy. We've got everyone kind of speaking together. And it looks like we'll probably get this one done next week. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. We had our Women in HVAC Our Canada AGM this week, where we voted in 3 new board members to keep us going as we're going. So that was really cool. All right, so having said all of that, if you guys are ready, I'm going to take you on 2 adventures. I'm going to do the water source heat pump unit, which eventually I'm just going to stop doing. I promise. I'm not. I'm going to keep doing them. And then the other one is going to be the pub where we replace that compressor on the beer glass chiller cooler. Let's go.
Grabbed our new unit. She's just a little baby. And all of our supplies. All right, got the lift. The star of the show, as always. It's not always me. Just kidding, it is. Here's the unit we're replacing. Trevor's already removed the whole T-bar ceiling, so we've got no ceiling tiles or grids.
All right, let's get this done. I forgot to charge my treble light yesterday, and it literally just died on me. But luckily, these wires hold my flashlight in place. Perfect. And once again, it's not ideal.
Got the blower changed over.
All right, our lift is all ready. Our unit is disconnected. Ducting is disconnected. Electrical, thermostat, water lines, and drain. Trevor's just finishing on the drain. And then we're gonna drop her down and get the new one up.
The brace underneath of it. Good job.
And she's gone.
Sweet. So this unit is cinched up right to the roof. And here is my thermostat terminal block right there. And it's so hard to see where I have to put my wires in because the labels are there on the actual board. And I can't get my head here. Like I'm literally, like I need to see like above. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff here. I need to see from above, but I have no place for my head to go. So how am I supposed to see that? I think I'm gonna have to use a mirror or my selfie camera because I don't even know. I can't read that.
I ended up using this photo as my guide.
Okay, I was able to take a photo, so now at least I can see the labels on each of them. But here's the second problem. I've got to get my little screwdriver into this spot right there. The wire goes into here and it gets tightened on the top. But how? Like, how? Let's go back a little bit. This whole screwdriver has to go like inside this bundle so that I can get into it. Like, are you kidding me? That's not freaking right. Cause yeah, it has to come from the top, and like, there's no space.
I thought maybe I was just being dumb, but Trevor confirmed that it's actually the unit that's dumb.
All right, well, after all that complaining, it's done. But I literally had to use this screwdriver and my hand. Like, are you kidding me? And before you come and tell me, oh, just take the terminal block off the board, it doesn't come off this board. Alrighty, we're all done. Trevor's just doing a bit of cleanup. I'm just waiting for power to be restored. Got everything all hooked up. Our duct, electrical. The thermostat, which was a nightmare, but it's done. So yeah, I'll see how it all goes. Yep.
Great success. Now let's power this baby up and see how she does. It's so loud, you guys.
All right, push. Oh my goodness. My God. That is the dumbest thing. I hate this unit. I hate it. All right, that is much better. We shoved some insulation on the side panel over there where Trevor was before, and that seemed to have solved the problem, but really.
We're all packed up and ready to go. But check this out. The office is under renovation right now, so this was our workspace. So much room for activities. No desks or people.
Okay, we're all done here. Looks good, looks good. We're all packed up. Gonna wheel this out. Call it done.
All right, it's time for a heart transplant. Let's do it. Trevor had to get pretty comfortable on the floor. And we start by recovering all of the refrigerant.
I mean, we've got enough suction pipe that shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, no, then you just take that out, bring it over to here, and we're good to go. It's no problem.
And voila, movie magic makes it so easy. The new compressor does not come with a power cable, so the old one is still usable, so I'm just taking it off the old compressor for the new one.
All right, so we got our old compressor out. The guys are replacing that one. Oh my gosh. It's so loud. Okay, cool. Okay, so compressor is out. This fan motor is also dead, so I'm gonna replace that while the guys are doing the piping and everything. So this is just like a little 9-watt round motor, which we carry spares of. Is this the side that they're on? I don't think so. Let's go the other side. Yes, this is the side. Alrighty, we've got a 9-watt round. Perfect. All right, so first of all, I'm gonna clean this baby up. She's really scuzzy, like, yuck. Cool, let's do it. So we pulled a bunch off yesterday, but look at all this hair. Ew. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna go here. Bam! Bam, bam. It's like my 1700th trip to the truck. If I could just speak English, that'd be great. All right, we need one of these little access fittings. Let's see if it's got a Schrader in it. Oh, I can't open it one-handed. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. There, twisted it. Yes, beautiful. Now we're gonna wedge this thing so it'll fit on. Oh, the one-handed is hilarious. Here we go. So this is a 1/4 pipe. I need to swedge it, but my hydro swedger only doesn't go down to 1/4, so I have to use the old school one, which I kind of love. Okay, so I got my swedger and my little swedging block. And I haven't used this in a while, so how do I do this?
Okay, that locks in there. That's gonna go in there. Get my little quarter pipe in the quarter hole. That's you. Actually, let's do that first. That's how we do it. Quarter goes in. Okay, that can go tight. And that can go tight. Come on, baby. Tight, tight, tight. Get my little swedgers on. Yes, come on, girl, you can do this. It's gonna go in. In. Okay, it's locked. It's locked at an angle. Now we can smudge it, baby. Okay, that's done. Take it off. Come on, I'm trying to do this really fast. Do that part. That part. And I made a fucking flare. I made a flare instead of a switch. Alright. This time, it's gonna be perfect. Okay, let's see. Out, out. Let go. Undo that guy, undo that guy. And now we have a switch. Beautiful. That's not what we wanted. This is what we wanted. Alright, I'm taking too long. Gotta go, bye. Alright, here's my swedge. Fan motor's back in, system's on vacuum. Trevor's gotta do a little bit of contorting to get the power cable back in. Just gonna make sure that everything is cooling as it should. But unfortunately, I forgot to take any videos after this, so trust me when I say it worked.
Alright guys, well that's all the HVAC adventures I have for you this week on the HVAC Diaries HVAC vlog. This one was an exciting one. I enjoyed it very much, and I hope you did as well. I look forward to bringing you guys more HVAC adventures next week, so be here or don't. Bye. This episode of the HVAC Diaries is brought to you by... We started the week at our packaging manufacturer factory. Yes, cool. Okay. Cooler, and we had to replace all of the okay. And he has this little grocery, no. This pub has got a chiller that, this cooler that chills. And now I think the most exciting, stressful, and now I think what the hell? Change filters on the units. Change filters at the location. Okay.
I mean, it looks like a runny version of honey.
Runny honey. Come on, baby, let's get there. Why is everything so difficult right now? Really? Whoa. So this is a...
The fact that you knew it is crazy.
Knew what?
that you were crazy.
Oh yeah? Alright, cool. Okay. So, oh my goodness, I'm gonna kill you! Okay. This is a much older unit from the one seen that before.
It's limping.
It's limping? Oh, aw.
Hazard fire.
Oh, fuck.